Welcome to Katy Calls BS, the podcast where we cut through the noise in course creation, digital products, and business strategy. I'm Katy Miller, bringing you blunt advice, real action steps, and the occasional F-bomb because building a business is hard and the BS isn't helping. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of Katy Calls BS. We're going to continue the theme with Gilmore Girls, except this week we're going to talk about the phases of your business as Rory's boyfriends. You still don't need to be a fan of the show, but I just think we should continue the theme because it's fun. So I got a lot of feedback from last week. You guys enjoyed this kind of style, so we're going to continue with it. If you've ever looked back at your first business offer the way Rory Gilmore looks back at her first boyfriend, with a little mix of nostalgia, a little cringe, and a little bit of what was I thinking, you're not alone. She even revisits him later on in the show, which highly controversial moment if you're a fan. But today we're calling BS on the idea that your business should be consistent and stable from day one, because whose business is? No one's. Just like Rory's love life, though, your business is supposed to evolve. That's how it works. That's how life is. Your business evolves. Your life evolves. It's all going to change and adjust. Each one of Rory's boyfriends represents a different stage of business or sales energy. Her love life mirrors how entrepreneurs evolve. From seeking validation to rebelling against the system to chasing shiny things, to finally realizing what actually works for us. A lot of times we're told that changing our offers or our business structure or revamping the way we do things can be a sign of instability, but I think it's a sign of growth. Entrepreneurs evolve through eras, just like Rory did with her through her relationships. Humans crave certainty. We crave what we know. It's why we try to make our offer the one. It's why we don't like to change a whole lot when we grow our businesses. The perfect offer. It's probably why I tested social media management for 3 months, offering it at a ridiculously low price before I actually started my business. I wanted everything to be perfect. But growth requires experimentation. We learn who we are by trying things that don't fit, which is scary for a lot of us, especially the perfectionists that are out there. In business, this looks like changing our offers, changing our audiences, making big shifts in what we're doing, changing our pricing, increasing our pricing, and feeling guilty for it. The truth is, you have to date your business and your business ideas to know which ones are worth committing to, which is why we're going to talk about this and where you are in the great Rory boyfriend debate. First, there's Dean. That's her first boyfriend on the show. She dates him twice and then she revisits him later. Like I said in the intro, it's controversial. But he's the safe start. He's the beginner era of your business. He's the playing it safe phase. Secure, familiar, rule following. You want everything to go by the book. When you first start your business, you're like Rory with Dean. You want approval, you play by everyone else's rules, and you just want things to work. We start our businesses, we just want it to work. You follow the templates, you take the courses, you follow all the experts, you do what everyone says works. Dean energy is the beginner business owner energy. Reliable, structured, but a little too afraid to deviate. You are probably not outsourcing because just like Rory with Dean, she depended on him to define what good looked like a lot of the time. But what you learn is you have to outgrow the need for validation to find your real voice. That's what you learn in this beginner phase of business. When you first start, you learn that you have to kind of let go of the need for validation so that you can find what your voice is in business, find what your brand is in business. This Dean phase of business is your first offer. This is your safe, predictable, your forever. That's what this phase is. The next phase, my personal choice for Rory's boyfriends, a little bit toxic, but that's okay, is your Jess era. And this is the rebel era. This is the creative chaos. The business stage is the I'm done following the rules phase. We all love this phase. It could be your 40s too. But the traits of this phase are independent, creative. You don't want to play the system's game anymore. The Jess energy hits when you start questioning everything you've been told about business. You have been in business for a little while. You stop following the 10-step plans. You start experimenting. Maybe you pivot. Maybe you burn everything down. You start following your own rules. You're like, I'm not doing what everybody else is telling me to do. I'm going to do it my way now. This is your creative chaos era, and it is a fun one. You build things because you need to express something. You finally realize that you started a business for yourself, not for everybody else. This is the autonomy stage. You reclaim your business identity. That's why this is a really fun stage, because you're reclaiming your business identity for you after being too by the book. But too much rebellion can lead to chaos. It's a little bit crazy. And you might confuse movement for progress, so things can go off the rails kind of quickly here. But the lesson you learn in this phase of business, just like we do if you date the bad boy, is innovation comes from rebellion. But you have to balance it with structure or you'll self-sabotage. Jess reminds us that creativity without direction is just chaos with better hair. The Logan era, so her boyfriend in college, the Logan era is the risk-taking, high-growth era. And this business stage is the I'm all in phase. I've been in business for a while. I kind of know what I'm doing now. I've got my rhythm. I've got my stride. The I'm all in phase is success means going big or going home. You're confident, you're bold, you're charming, you're taking big swings, sometimes a little too big. You have lots of momentum. Logan energy is when your business starts scaling. It's exciting. You're taking risks. You're investing in yourself. You go after bigger opportunities. You're saying yes a lot more. You might be exhausted underneath it all, though. It's exciting, but it's a little bit dangerous. This is when a lot of entrepreneurs overextend themselves financially or emotionally. This is the ego validation phase. You're chasing success to prove your worth. All that hard work has to pay off, right? Right? You're high on achievement, but low on grounding, which is where it gets a little dangerous. The lesson we learn in the Logan phase is that confidence is a superpower. You are finally feeling like you own your business, you own your brand. You are like, yes, let's get it. But sustainability is the goal. You can't live in a constant launch energy. We are not trying to burn out. The sales style here is high ticket, high stakes, flashier, more visible, but you need strong foundations behind it. Logan taught Rory how to take risks. And every business owner knows and needs a Logan moment. But don't forget, he also taught her the cost of ignoring your limits. Then there's the others, like there's a few other boyfriends or a few other like side moments in there. There's Marty. He's the friend zone phase. This is playing it small. And there's some of us that we take like a side quest here. You've got great ideas, but you're not selling them. You're everyone's free advice friend. Maybe you give all your ideas away for free in the DMs. You have something to think about, like you might be overthinking, you're waiting for permission, or you're stuck in perfectionism. He was afraid to fit into the world at Yale. He had total imposter syndrome and major fear of rejection. The lesson we get from Marty is to stop undervaluing yourself. You can't build authority if you're too afraid to be seen. You have something to offer. And then there's Paul. If you don't remember Paul, there's a reason for that. He was forgettable. If you're in the Paul phase, that's the forgettable offer. That's the filler phase. Some of us get here too. The product you launched once and you forgot existed. It was solid, but it had no personality. You're not excited about the offer. It's just sort of there. You feel like you should have something. You felt like you should offer something. You felt like you should probably fill it in. This is survival mode. You're burned out and disconnected, so you played it safe. This is where business owners lose their spark, or they rediscover it because they filled something in and they're like, you know what, I need to like take a break, so I'm going to throw this thing out there. And the lesson here is that it's okay to pause instead of producing a filler product. It's okay to do that. Now, you might start your business as a dean, rebel like Jess, scale like Logan, and end up somewhere in between. It doesn't go in a linear pattern here. There's no right boyfriend or business model. There's just growth. You learn a lesson along the way. Just like life, each relationship is going to teach you something about who you are as a business owner, who you are as a person, what you want to offer. And just like Rory, you have to go through the phases to figure out what fits. Your business is meant to evolve with you as you grow and learn more through the years, as your lifestyle changes, as you grow older, as you learn more, as your business evolves. So what can you do now? Identify your boyfriend era of your business. Are you playing it too safe? Are you rebelling or overreact? Are you seeking safety, rebellion, validation? What phase are you in? What lesson is this phase where I am right now trying to teach me before I move to the next one? Do I need to break up with this phase? Revisit your offers. What needs to evolve with you? Here's the truth. Every business owner has to date their ideas before they find their match. Some offers are Dean's, safe but limiting. Some are Jess. They're exciting, but they're unstable. They don't say goodbye. Some are Logan. They're thrilling, but they're unsustainable. And every single one of them will teach you who you are as a business owner, and they might teach you something about your audience. So stop trying to find the perfect business right out of the gate. It's not going to happen. Stop trying to find the perfect offer right out of the gate. Try things. Learn, pivot, grow, because your business, like your relationships and your friendships, is just a reflection of your evolution, not your failures. I'll see you next time. If today's episode hit home, share it with a friend and hit follow so you never miss the next one. Until then, keep calling out the BS and building your business your way.